Hi, and welcome to session 4 of the grade 2 course. So I did warn you, we are going to have a consolidation lesson, and how that looks is basically me throwing questions at you. I'm going to mix everything up. So everything we have done so far, you will see during this session, and it's going to come up in whatever order it comes to me randomly in, okay? So what I want you to do in order to get the most out of this session is obviously every question I write, you will pause and then you will have a go at it. Now, if you're feeling fairly confident, then you will just do it from memory. But if you can't remember, if you're like, oh, I'm not sure, look it up. The point of this session is, again, it's about that memory building process, and you going away, researching and finding the answer out and then having a go will help massively with that. All right. Obviously, if you're completely stuck, you will hit that play and you'll get it explained to you anyway, but you want to make that your absolute last option. All right, let's just absolutely crack on and go for this. So we are going to do 6, 7, 10, 7, 1, 5, 8, 2. And I'm going to ask you to find the median, please. Pause and play when you're ready. Okay, so I've got to put these in order. 1, I've got 2 there, 5 and 6. I can see there's 2 7s, 8 and 10. So I've got everything in order. That's my habit. That's what I do. Now I'm really concentrating on the language median. I've got to make sure I'm finding the median. When I put that in order, this is going to stand out. I've got 2 7s, but that's not the median. That's the most common, which is the mode. So if you did that, that was an error. The median is the middle, mud, remember, mud. If you've learned that rhyme, then perfect. You probably haven't even gone wrong if you've got the rhyme in your head. So we're going to cross them off until we get into the middle. I've got 2 numbers left, so I'm not going to cross those. I'm just going to look at the number that goes slap bang in the middle, and the answer is 6.5. Okay, you would be getting 1 mark for your working out here and 1 mark for your answer. So make sure you're showing that working out. All right. Okay, next question. We're going to do 50 times 70. Off you go. Okay, 5 times 7, 35. And then I've got 2 zeros that I ignored. I'm going to add them on the end. 3,500. If you got that right, that's a 1 mark question. Very well done. Okay, next one. -5, -4. Pause and play when ready. Okay, so this one is just directing us, isn't it? So let's use this to remind us what we do. So I'm at -5. I'm being told to -4. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then I need to go another 1. My number lines run out, but I know the next number is going to be -9. Okay, so I was directed 4 places down that number line. If you got that right, that's a 1 mark question. So well done. All right, our next question is going to be this one. We will do you have to work out X. Pause and play when you're ready. Okay, this is one of my favorite angle facts because there is no maths required. I don't have to do any sum whatsoever. They are vertically opposite. So therefore, X is equal to 57 degrees. If you were asked for a reason, then you would be writing down opposite angles to get that mark, okay? So you've got your 1 mark for that. But if it's a 2-mark question, it's because they want the reason, and that's what you'd write down. You don't have to be doing that now because we're literally just practicing what we've learned so far, but we want to start building this knowledge in. So I'll probably include it as I go through this, but don't feel pressured to do that on this occasion, okay? So well done if you got that one right. Okay, next one. Oh, hang on, sorry. Getting a bit carried away. Here we go. There, let's do that. 7,900 divided by 10. Pause and play when you're ready. Okay, got 1 0, so I'm going to knock one off. The answer is 790, and that is for 1 mark. So well done if you got that right. All right, next question. There we go. All right. Hit pause and press play when you're ready. Okay, so I've got to be really thinking about this question. I am going to do it without a calculator so that I'm demonstrating how to do that. I absolutely do not mind if you used one, but I do hope you've written all your method down. So the first thing I've got to do is I've got to think, right, what am I looking at? I'm looking at an angles question. Then I'm going to say to myself, right, what do I know about angles in triangles? And I'm going to say, okay, I know that angles in triangles equal 180 degrees. So that's the fact. I'm then going to start thinking about what maths I'm going to need to do to work out that x. I know that all 3 have to add to 180. I've got a little symbol here in the corner. There's no number, but I do know that that means 90 degrees. So I could label that in so that I can see it. The more I can see through my eyes, the easier it is for my brain to work. It's a proven fact. So we want to be writing things down so we can see and feed the information to our brains. Okay, so I'm going to add the 2 that I know. So I've got 90 and 42. I've put them into columns. 0 plus 2 is 2, and then I do my 9 and 4, which is 13. So I've got 132. I now have to do 180, take away what I know. All right, so I'm going to do this column method for taking away. Really, really important that I know to do top, take, bottom. If you read this as 2, take 0, you're going to write 2, and that's wrong. This is 0, I've got absolutely nothing, and I need to take away 2. And in this method, we say we can't do that because we don't want to have any negatives here. So we're going to go next door. We are going to take it down by 1. So I'm going to reduce that 8 to 7. And the 1 is going to be brought across in front of that 0 to make me a bigger number so that I can do the takeaway. 10 take away 2 is 8. 7 take away 3 is 4. And 1 take away 1 is nothing, it's gone. So that is my answer. X equals 48 degrees. All right, so like I say, when you are feeling super confident, then you need to be starting to do this all by hand because this could be on an uncalculated paper. We never know. All right, but I want you to be able to draw the facts first. If it said give a reason, actually the reason is right here. It's just not written in words. Give a reason. Triangles add up to 180. Okay, so if you were asked a reason, you would need to write that. That would be another mark. Okay. All right, on to our next question. We're going to do 5a plus 7b minus 3a plus 2b. pause and hit play when you're ready. Okay, here we go. Hopefully, this was our new learning last session. So this is the first time that we're having a go again, isn't it? Hopefully it's gone well. So let's have a little look. We've got 5 A's. I'm going to ignore the B's. They do not join the gang. I come over here. I've got 3 A's and I'm being directed, really important that I spot the sign, to take 3 away. 5 take 3 is 2. So I've got 2 A's left. I'm now going to do the same for the B's. I've got 7 B's and they're positive, which means I'm at 7 on the number line. It says add another 2, so that's easy. 7 plus 2 is 9. So I've got 9B and there should be a plus sign between them. And remember, you will get 1 for each correct gang that you've put together and tidied up. So if you got that right, really great work, well done. Okay, let's do another one. I'm going to do this question. Okay, pause and hit play when you're ready. All right then, so this is our straight line rule where we've got that half moon. The half moon equals 180 degrees, okay? So the magic number that we're going to use to help us is 180. I'm going to take away what I know to help me, okay, find out X. 0 take 5 I can't do. So I'm back to doing that whole take 1 from there, carry it over. I've now got 10 take 5, which is 5. 7 take 1 is 6. 1 take 1 is 0. So X is equal to 65 degrees. Full marks. If you're asked a reason, it's really just explaining why you used 180. That's what they want to know. And so you would say straight line equals 180 degrees and you would get full marks. So it's not like you've got to write a massively long sentence or anything, but you've got to make it clear that straight line is 180. All right. Okay, what shall we do next? Let's do that. Yep, that's worked. It's a bit small, but we can resize that, so that's fine. Let's make that a little bit bigger. There we go. All right, so got a little bit more going on here. All right, so what I want you to do is, obviously, you're going to pause and have a go at this. Make sure you're drawing the diagrams out when it's a diagram question, because you want to work on them. That's what they're there for in the exam. They're for you to work on, not just to look at. Go back, research if you need to, just give it a go. It is a harder question for sure. And then I'll talk you through it when you're ready to hit play. Right, okay, so this one is a little bit trickier because it's not like one thing and we get straight to the X. So if I just take my time to absorb all the information that they've given me in this diagram, it will help me decide what I need to do or what to use. So I'm going to go through that process of, right, what am I looking at? So I'm looking at a triangle for starters. I can clearly see a triangle. I'm going to highlight that just so it stands out. But yeah, you know, there's a triangle in this diagram. So I know that triangles are 180 degrees. So I'm going to pop that little information down. It doesn't take up much room. It took me a second to do. These are good habits. They are what make us better, okay? I can also see this 160 and it's outside the triangle. It's not actually in it. And it's hitting this line here. So I've also got a straight line being shared with the triangle. That's the straight line. And obviously I know that angles on a straight line add up to 180. So that angle plus that angle, which is inside the triangle, but it doesn't matter. It's still these two angles. They make the half moon. They have to equal 180. So I've also got a straight line, which I know is 180 degrees. Have a little look. What else can I see? I can see that box symbol here. So I know that's 90 degrees. I'm going to get that written on because I want all the information down so my eyes feed my brain, remember? Okay, I think I've got everything. I haven't even started trying to worry about X, have I? Have you noticed? I'm not even spoken yet about X. I have actually just taken my time to think about everything I can see in the diagram. All right, and now I can start doing some of that stuff. So if I'm going to look at this X, I'm going to see it's inside the triangle. In order for me to be able to work X out, I have to have the other two angles. Well, I have that one, which is 90, but I don't actually have that one. So I'm a bit stuffed at the moment. I can't actually work out X because I don't have this. But I can find this because of my angles on a straight line. If this side is 160, 180, take away 160. Hopefully we can see this and we don't need the columns. That's going to be 20 degrees. If you did, I'll just do it really. 0 take 0 is 0. 8 take 6 is 2. 1 take 1 is gone. 20. Okay. So I am going to put that, because that would be, if this was a real exam question, that would be working out down the page with my diagram up here. But I'm going to keep looking at my diagram. So it's really important that I get that information moved into the diagram. So I've got 20 going in here. I can now see my triangle has two values. Perfect. So I'm going to add those together, 90 and 20. So right now I'm working on my triangle. 90 plus 20, 0, 9 plus 2 is 110. 180, take away what I know. 0 take 0 is 0. 8 take 1 is 7. 1 take 1 is gone. So my answer is X equals, let's see if I can squeeze it in, do it up here, X equals 70 degrees. And if I had to give a reason, then I would actually be writing quite a lot because I used a straight line. So I'd have to write that down. I used a straight line, 180, and then I used triangle, 180. All right. Now, if you got that right, but you haven't got all the workings out, you've definitely got 1 mark. If your method really supports your answer, then you could expect full marks. But if it's missing gaps, if the 70 was a lucky guess, you know, you're not getting all the marks. Your working out has to really support your answer. So you should have pretty much everything that I've got written down in your way, okay, on your workings out. All right, so that's that one. A bit harder, but you know, if we don't get out of our comfort zones, we don't see these things, we're never going to get better. We need to be exposed, all right? We need to be exposed, and it's uncomfortable, and I get that, all right? But I am here supporting you, I hope, all the way. Right, let's do another one. Let's do 3, 8, 5, 9, 3, 10. I want you to work out the range for me, please. Pause and hit play when you're ready. Okay, going to put them in order because that is my habit now. That's what I do. So 3, 3, 5, I've got 8, 9, and 10. Got them all. Okay, range. Now I'm on the word. I've got to remember it's the difference between, easy to remember if I've got the rhyme. So it's going to be the biggest take the smallest. So my range is going to be 10, take 3, which is 7. And hopefully you remembered that that is worth a mark. You've got to write it down. All right. And that is your other mark. Okay. All right. Well, whilst we're here, why don't you tell me the mode? You should be able to just call that out. No need to pause. What is it? Okay, the mode is the most common. 3 comes up more than any other number there. So 3 is the mode. Okay, let's do another question. Let's do 2 minus 9. Okay, just bring this up so we've got it. 2 is my starting point, so I'm here. I am being directed to go down 9 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I am at -7. Okay, I am at -7. So if you got that right, that would be 1 mark. So well done. Here comes your next one. Okay, pause and press play when you're ready. Okay, 4 times 3 is 12. I ignored 3 zeros. So I'm putting 3 zeros in. And that is the answer to that. 1 mark. If you got it right, well done. Okay, next question. Oops. We've got that, we got that, we've got that. We're going to put 172. We're going to put, what should we put here? 153. Oh no, we don't want to do that. That would be silly, not thinking straight. Let's put X there. There you go. Get my brain into gear eventually. All right, hit pause and press play when you're ready. Okay, so I needed to spot my 90 degrees and I need to think about my diagram. I need to think about what I'm looking at and I need to think about what I know. So what am I looking at? I am looking at an angles question. Okay, that's the first thing. All right, what do I know about my angles? So I'm looking at that diagram and I can see that that is angles around a point and the angles around a point equal 360 degrees because they make that circle shape, don't they? I need to add up what I've been given. So what I know from the diagram, 2 plus 0 is 2. 9 plus 7 is 16, carry the 1. 1 plus 1, so I've got 262. Now I use my fact, okay? The whole thing should add up to 360. So 360, take away what I know, 262, will give me the answer. So 0 take 2. It's going to take me into negative, so I can't do it. So I'm going to go across, reduce that down to 5 and bring 1 across to that 0 and make 10. I'm making a bigger number so I can do the takeaway. 10 take 2 is 8. 5 take 6. 5 take 6 is going to take me into negatives. So I can't do that. I'm going to have to borrow again. So I'm going to reduce my 3 down to 2 and put 1 in front of the 5. So I've now got 15. That's going to be big enough to take 6 from. 15 take 6 is, oh, went to a rubber, sorry. 15 take 6 is 9 and 2 take 2 is 0. It's gone. So that's my answer. X is equal to 98 degrees. And if I had to write my reason is angles at a point. You could write around a point. Just make sure you get that word point in there, equals 360 degrees. Okay, we'll be working on that. Okay, well done. If you got that right, hopefully this isn't too painful for you. It's quite intense. I do get that. Okay, just make sure you're taking your time with each question. We are nearly done. We're going to do a few more because I do appreciate that this is quite hard going. We don't want it to put you off for life. So let's do, we'll probably do about another 4 questions. All right. So let's do this one. 5p plus 3r plus 4p minus 7p. Okay. All right, so this question, where's my highlighter? So I've got 5p's. I travel along and I find r's. I don't want them. I've got 4p's. 5p plus 4p is 9p. But if I look closely, I got more p's in this question. There is another load here. So I've got my 5, I've added my 4, I've got 9p. Now I'm being directed to take 7. 9 take 7 is 2. So I've got 2 p's. In the R gang, okay, which is here, I literally have 3, and there's nothing to be done to that. There's nothing to be added to it or taken away. There are no other R's in the question anywhere. And therefore, I'm just going to put that bit in my answer. All right, so a little bit different to what we saw, but I think it's really important because what I want you to do is I want you to trust in your method. So if a question feels unfamiliar, you still feel like you can go for it. Okay, you're not relying on recognizing questions. You are learning how to trust your methods. That's really, really important. Okay, let us do this question. Okay, I want you to find the median. So I want you to hit pause and press play when you're ready. You are finding the median. Okay, this is a really good example of trusting in your method. We know the first thing we do is we put them in order. So we just got to be thinking about our number line and putting these in order. So -4 is the smallest, then it's -3, then it's -1, then it's 2, it's 5, and it's 6. All right, median is middle. So now I'm crossing off that one with that one, that one with that one. And I've got these 2 left in the middle. And I want to be slap bang in between. Now, I showed you this little trick last time. Hopefully you remembered it. We're going to list these out. So I've got -1, then it goes 0, then it goes 1, then it goes 2. Now I'm going to cross again. And I need to be slap bang between 0 and 1. And the number slap bang between 0 and 1 is 0.5. Or you might have written a half. It's equivalent, isn't it? It doesn't matter whether you write it as a decimal or a fraction, but that's the number in between. So that was quite a tough one. I chucked negatives in, which you've never seen before. And it's little changes like that to a question that can completely put you off. It just messes with your head. You're suddenly incredibly uncomfortable. And you almost tell yourself, I don't know what to do. And that's where we need to change our mindset. We've got to go, okay, I know I've got to put them in order. You can put them in order. All right, it's a bit weird. There's negatives. I've not seen that before, but I know that's what I have to do, so I'll do it. All right, so it's just being very trusting in what you are learning. All right, putting faith into it, isn't it? So if you did do all of that and get it right, then that is fantastic. Honestly, that is really, really good. So well done. Really, really well done. I think, yeah, we'll do just one more collecting like term, and I think we'll call it a day there, because I think you've done quite a lot for one session. So let's do 8t minus 4p minus 2t minus 3p. So pause and hit play when you're ready. Okay, right, let's do this. I have t's. I have 8 of them. I have more t's here, and it says I have to take 2. I'm being directed to take 2 away from the 8. 8 take 2 is 6, so I've got 6t. Now I'm going to look at my p's. Okay, I've got 4 p's. However, I've got to really pay attention. I'm not at 4 on the number line. I'm at minus 4 on the number line. Okay, why don't we just bring our number line in? Yeah, I am. Oops, I'm at, lost my highlighter, trying to be clever. I'm at minus 4 on the number line. Here, I've got some more p's, and I'm being directed to take 3 away. 1, 2, 3. I'm at minus 7. Minus, I literally said it, so I'm writing it, minus 7p. You would get 1 for 6t, and you would get 1 for minus 7p. If you accidentally wrote plus 7p, you won't get that mark. Okay, it has to be that negative that we can see in the answer. All right, so like I say, I know that this type of thing can feel quite intense. Only you will know how that's gone, okay? So I'm going to give you a couple of possible options of what to do next. If that went reasonably well, if you aren't going to cry yourself to sleep tonight, you know, if you're thinking, I actually remembered more than I was expecting to, and I feel quite good, I feel like this information is starting to go in, then you are ready to just carry on with the course. If you are thinking, I couldn't do any of that, that was really, really hard, then you've got the option to redo this session. Now, a lot of people would probably turn around and say, yeah, but I've just seen all the questions, so there's no point. Actually, repeating the same questions will help massively, okay? So I wouldn't agree with that statement. I would say giving it a couple of days and then coming back and repeating this session will have a massive impact if you've just found it really, really hard. Me just chucking a whole load of new questions at you will not. So you are going to fall into 2 camps for me, all right? 1, I'm carrying on with the course. 2, I'm going to repeat this. You will make that decision. If you repeat it, you obviously won't see me again, you'll just see this whole video again. So if you have repeated it, then you know you should be thinking that went better. Yes, a little bit is because you knew the questions, but you still had to remember all the facts, you still had to do all the maths, you still had to think about all that language, that you weren't just copying what you did last time. So if it went better, then super, that was the point of it. And then I will see everybody when they're ready for the next session, where I will start introducing some more learning. All of what we've done, we will still be seeing. We will still keep that repetition going, but because our content now is growing and growing and growing, it might be that we see averages one week, but not another, and that type of stuff. All right, but well done today. And I will obviously see you in the next session.